Welcome back to Good Morning, LaLa. And on Friday, feels it's important to love our careers. And Tracy Podell is in the house. She is the Startup Whisperer, executive coach. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, so I work with startups and I work with high-performing women, both in conjunction, a lot of women in tech, to help them have more success and fulfillment and power in their lives, and with the startups to help them scale during those transition points.
For a lot of first-time female entrepreneurs, they suffer with imposter syndrome. I know I do personally because it's a language I've never learned before. I'm saying capital raise and this, that, and the other, and I'm like, what? Who am I right now? How do you help us get over that?
It's a huge part of it. I run a coaching circle for women founders and I mentor with accelerators. And you see it all over the place. With men, one of the things that executive coaches say is like, they actually are too confident. They overestimate their abilities. You know, when I'm reading these books on leadership, and I'm like, who are they talking about? I don't see this in any of the women that I work with.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
And a huge part of it is actually having them get together with other women and seeing like the imposter syndrome that this other person has. For instance, if I look at one of you beautiful, successful women, and I actually got inside your inner critic or your imposter syndrome, it would help me be like, oh my God, they have the same doubts and fears that I do. And
so true. So take us through it, because there's a lot of coaches, there's a lot of whatever. So what does it look like? I come, I work with you. What do you do?
Yeah, so I help people get clear on what they really want, what fulfillment and success looks like for them. So a lot of people have an idea of success that's given to them by someone else, or they're just like, let me just get to the next step, right? Let me just get promoted. Or let me have a company that, you know, goes public. But they really don't stop to look and say, what's going to have me be fulfilled?
And this is such an important conversation because so many of us think when we get to this point, when we're the CEO of our lives and our businesses, we're going to be so happy and so fulfilled. I know I thought that. And then you get there and you're still not happy. You're still not fulfilled.
There's actually like a depression that comes after that for some people, because it's like, oh, I got everything I wanted and it didn't fulfill me.
Well, I'd rather have that depression than depression on the other end of the stick.
Now you can hire someone with it.
Like looking at you, you seem like you look so young.
Okay,
so like, how do you have all this experience?
I'm about to be 36. So
That's pretty young to do what you do.
I have a baby face though, so I like to share
You can't
that.
tell. You can't, how old? I mean, you can't tell if you're 19 or yeah.
So thank you, I appreciate that. I started off as an actor really young, going to New York and performing in plays, and I went to NYU Tisch for drama and experimental theater.
So how did that turn into this?
I was
amazing.
hustling as an actor, and I moved to LA for that. I had never been here, and a year in, I got a kids agent. I was lying about my age because I was playing a teenager for a long time.
I'm 4.
And,
joking.
I was doing a lot of comedy with UCB, and a year in, I was like, screw this, I'm not happy. I don't want to wait until I'm 35 to get a part on Law & Order or to like actually get to do the thing I want to do and then not be able to control it or realize that I'm not even happy doing it.
We are kind of like acting in our careers anyway. So it's like all of the pretense anyway. So it's good out here because then you can just like help people create whatever they want in their life. Tell people where they can find you, work with you, all that
You
stuff.
can find me at tracypodell.com or at Tracy Podell on Instagram. And I had a long stint in between in startups. That was like what I got into after acting. And I worked in startups for about 8 years. Company got acquired by Tinder. The last startup I worked with just got acquired for $350 million by Viacom.
That was a little off the call.
Wait, what?
The company you worked with got acquired by Tinder. That's like unheard of.
So my first startup, I was an intern and I was like clicking like from home, and we got about 2 million users in one weekend on Facebook.
Congratulations.
And they hired me and they said, we're gonna give you a manager title and teach you everything. And I worked with like 16 men and me. And they were like, we're going to mentor you and teach you everything. And it was a really incredible experience. And I left with a real specialty in online video and entertainment tech. And I got to consult with Game Show Network and television studios and startups on their product and marketing. And I landed at a company called Pluto TV. And I was in the marketing department, but I jump in with the engineers that were across 3 different continents to help them communicate.
And if those of you aren't in the space that we're living in now, Pluto TV is massive. It is everywhere. It is on every bus stop. It goes by the billboards. If our executive producer and I text each other pictures of where we see Pluto TV pop up everywhere. And it was recently sold for what, $350
million to Viacom. And I started before we launched, going from 0 million, like from 0 users. So I got to see the entire journey.
That is, I mean, we're talking $300
Incredible.
million.
It's interesting because you call yourself an executive coach, and I wouldn't consider that to be an executive coach. You're like a
I will. I'll hire you to be my executive coach.
You're
Tracy.
a real master. That's impressive.
So I've got all the different titles landing it in, but thank you.
I'm an
Appreciate
actor
that.
one day.
I just love that you came to LA as an actress, and then this is what happened. So be open to anything,
Gotta
right?
stay open.
Anything you can create it, and I think having people to support you do that, because it's terrifying when you don't know what you want or what's next.
Yes.
But it is worth celebrating. So congratulations to your
Cheers.
success, Tracy.
Thank you.
Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you.
TracyPodell.com or at Tracy Podell on Instagram, TracyPodell.
So
Thank you so much. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land.